Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? I'm sorry. Good morning. Good evening. Oh my God, I'm already gone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Journey to a Winning Anyway Life. This is your host, Life Pastor Kyle, and I am excited about being with you this morning. Come on in. Let me know that you're in on the broadcast. I would love to know that you're here, and uh, and make some things happen this morning in our Winning Anyway Life. It's going to be an amazing morning. It's already Friday for some of you. Hello, Naya. I hope y'all are ready for today. Andrea Thomas, I see you as well. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in, and we're going to connect. I didn't call us divine. I see you as well. Hi there. Canvas Book of Sap. Come on. Call us. Call us. Is this better? Not for you now. Let me know. Minister Ricks, is this better? Dolores Bell. Brittany. I see Mabel. Come on in, y'all. Good to see y'all. Tisa Collier. Good morning. Lester Blunt Jr., Aaron Fleeks, just making sure this is better. I'm still doing some arrangements and doing it, but call us, is it still low for you? Let's see what you have, and it will adjust a little bit and make sure you get what you need. She says, okay, got it. Sounds perfect. Wonderful. Let's work this out. And so listen, hello, First Lady. I'm excited. I'm not going to spend as much time welcoming everyone because I was fixing some technical difficulties, so I'm like a little few minutes late in greetings, but we'll definitely get you where you want to go. We've dealt with this theme of you deserving the best of you. And so this morning I want to deal with the exact same thing because we've dealt with it part one, we dealt with part two, and this is literally part three of you deserve the best of you too. Just got to get this last residual out or residue of what it is that you're needing the best of you. So this lesson this morning is for people who, it's an extraordinary word for extraordinary people. Is anybody on here extraordinary? I just want to know. It's for extraordinary people. And so, hello, Tarika Hood. I see you there. I told y'all before, I'm in a mode that I'm again now, again, ready to maximize everything. I see you, Manny Saeed. Ready to maximize everything in my life. Everything, watch this, and everyone. Hey, Brittany Blake. Cara Dulo, good to see you. I'm ready to maximize everything and everyone in my life. If you're not in the mode of maximizing your life, I see you, Minister Rick, see Dolores Bell, Felicia Scott, God bless you. If you're not in the mode of maximizing who you really are in your life, if you're not in the mode of maximizing all that you are in your life, you won't really want to be around me. Tamisha Figaro, good to see you. Because as I begin to maximize everything and everyone in my life and in my presence, mediocrity is not an option for me. Being cheap and being too frugal is not an option for me. Not allowing myself to get the best of everything that God and life has for me is not the best for me. And so, hello, Kenneth Davis. Good to see you, man. And so I want to be able to maximize all of it. Good morning, Raquel Kyle. I want to maximize everything and everyone that's around me. And sometimes it means making good mistakes, y'all. I see your Canvas Book of Sap. It means making good mistakes because you're able to learn from the mistake. Dr. Kendrick Sweat, I know you are in Memphis, man. God bless you. I know you are. I've been there many years, man. Many years. Didn't go this year though, but God bless you, man. Good to see you. I know you on your way to probably Morning Manor, on the way back. Good morning, Jill and Wiley Shelvin. But again, I am in this place of maximizing everyone in my life. And when you say you're maximizing everyone in your life, then you'll also realize this, Geraldine, that you don't have room for everybody in your life. They can take notes, they can understand situations, they can understand circumstances, but you don't have room for everyone to be close because everyone is not going to take the time to maximize their life beyond mediocrity. I'm not referring to money. I'm referring to wisdom. I'm referring to opportunities. I'm referring to principles. Hey, Nita Holloway, good to see you. I'm referring to everything that's in your life. I am trying to maximize every area of my life while I have a life. You got it? Zachary Tim Swedish years ago, he says, your family and your enemies choose you. but you get to choose your friends. Your family and your enemies choose you, but you get to choose your friends. So choose them wisely. And here's where I come in, because you deserve the best of you too. Good morning, Shawanda Parker. I'll say it again. Your family and your enemies choose you, but you get to choose your friends. So choose wisely, because you deserve the best of you too. You get it? You deserve the best of you. So you need to find time to be good to yourself. It's Friday, so some of you may be off. You need to find time to be good to yourself. Find time to love God, love yourself, and love everyone around you, and be prepared to give them the overflow of God's love for you. Stop trying to love them with you. Give them the overflow of God's love for you. Because if you don't stop giving everybody a piece of you, you'll find that you don't have any of you left. Good morning, Eric Trotman. You'll find you don't have any of you left. Everything you'll need to give to authentic people, you would have given to fake people, and you will be burnt out on giving. We have to make sure we don't do things in the name of love when we really know it's not. We know it's manipulation. We know it's just trying to get something out of something that does not want to give. I'm now surrounding myself with people who are free givers, because I know as I'm a free giver, they're free to receive and understand and grow in this area of deserving the best out of themselves. What that really means is that you have to remember that at the center of your life is love, abundance, and joy. When you put Jesus in the center of your life, you end up with love, abundance, and joy. What's up, Daquan? When God's the center of your life, you have love. You always end up with abundance, and you'll always have joy. Because when you remember who you are, that you are a child of the Creator, that you are a child of God, you are His creation, and you're created to fulfill a specific purpose in the body of Christ. You have to stop judging yourself based on what other people say and how they feel. Define yourself in a way that determines who you are in God so well that no one can remove you from who you know you really are. Okay. There's a saying, another saying, I like this one. It says, the strongest force in a human is the need to remain consistent with how they define themselves. I'll say it again. The strongest force in a human being is the need to remain consistent with how they define themselves, which means it goes back to your level of identity. Who are you really? Have you become a residual of your pain? Have you become a residual of your unforgiveness? Have you become something different because you hated God, because God didn't give you what you wanted when you wanted it? And now you have to redefine who you are. And it's difficult being consistent because situations in life, hello, Maria Briscoe, will make you adjust to other situations. You got it? Listen, identity sets you up for who you are. You have to know who you are. I'll say it again. You have to know who you are. For example, I was talking to one of my daughters, and we were talking about vegetarian and not eating meat. First, I said, that's good. That's not eating meat. And understand something. People will ask the question, why do vegetarians not eat meat? It's not because their systems are bad. It's not because their teeth won't chew. Here it is. It's because they are vegetarians. Can I help somebody? It's because they are vegetarians. So they made the choice, no matter why they made it, it's their personal choice to be a vegetarian. If you're with me and you're following, well, what can I have you put online? If you're with me, just say yes, because I'm going to show you something in this vegetarian mode. I'm going to show you something real quickly. If you're with me, just say yes. Well, make sure you're here, because this is majorly important in understanding who you are. Why it's important to understand. Okay, I see you, Chris Blake. I see you, Raquel. I see you, Brittany Blake. Here we go. I see you, Dr. Kenneth Davis. I see you, man. Hang in there, sir. I see Shawanda Parker. I see Andrea Thomas. I see Maria Briscoe. I see Aaron Fleeks. I see Naya. I see Carlos. I see Shawanda Parker. I see Tarika Hood. I see First Lady. Listen, I want y'all to get this. That's the blunt. The reason why a vegetarian is because they made the choice not to eat meat. Watch this canvas. So because they are a vegetarian, you got it? It's not because their teeth are bad. Here go Atisa call you. Not because their teeth are bad or they can't see that they chose to become a vegetarian and made the choice. They're vegetarian because it's their identity. And once they have adopted their own identity as a vegetarian, it determines what they order off the menu of life. Nobody goes to a restaurant, does not like the food, and decide, I'm going to be a vegetarian. That's not how it works. What they do is they know who they are when they go. So when they get there, what they order off the menu is determined by the identity of who they are. Here it comes. You in your own life, the things and choices you make in life, they're telling other people who you really are. It's the choices of who you are that you determine who you really are, who you're going to be, who God created you to be. Purpose, the original intended reason for the creation of a thing or a person. I'll say it again. Purpose, the purpose that God gives is the original intended reason for the creation of a thing or a person. Once you know who you are, it will determine the choices that you make in life. All choices won't be perfect, but they will be learning. And so once you adopt your identity, it determines what you order off the menu of life. We have to stop thinking, thank you, Jill, I'm trying to go somewhere. You have to stop thinking that your environment defines you. Your environment, hey, Kevin Matthews, does not define you, but it gives you a chance to define yourself. Yeah, your environment doesn't define you unless you're insecure, unless you have comparisonitis, unless you're weak-minded, and unless you have not found your direct purpose in God. Then you put yourself in environments trying to define yourself based on the environment, when in reality, you have to know who you are when you go into the environment. Can I be a little spiritual? When I go into environments, I change the environment because I know who I am. And when I go, it changes because I bring all of me with me. I don't gather in an environment to make myself feel better about who I'm becoming. I get in an environment because I want to learn more about who I already am. My God. So it gives you a chance, the environments that you're in, to define yourself. And you need to know this. You are enough, just like you are. I've been trying to convince people of this for the last few months. Some get it, some just can't get it, because when you're not vulnerable and you're not open, David said, that's deep. What, man? I'm just trying to help some people. When you're not vulnerable, when you're not open, when you're not fully trusting, you won't allow people to even bless you with compliments. I want to compliment you this morning and see if you can receive it. You are enough. See, Geraldine, this sounds good, right? Geraldine, y'all are saying I am enough, right? Hey, Deja. Hey, Tony Walker. I see y'all saying I am enough, but here's the reality. When I tell you you are enough and I look in your face, I know you don't believe it, because once you believe that you are enough, it should dictate what you eat off the menu of your life. See, when I tell you are enough, it shouldn't always bring tears to your eyes. It's not always going to be tears and crying. When I say you are enough and I tell you why, it's because I'm trying to get you to believe in yourself. Here is where people mess up. Tony Walker said guilty. I'm going to show you the plan. I'm going to give you the principle. I'm not even started charging for coaching, and I'm giving out my good coaching information. Listen, Aaron Fleeks, the reason why people tell that when they say I'm enough, most people are trying to convince themselves. I'm trying to get you to believe. Whew. When I'm talking to you, I'm trying to show you the best of you to get you to believe something beyond the pressure that I see in your eyes, the pressure I see in your face, the stress I see on your heart, and the bondage I see you walking in. So when I say you are enough just as you are, there needs to be a receiving, and then there is an agreeing. Most of the time, people don't receive or agree, they just repeat it. I am enough, when they really don't believe it. They're trying to convince themselves. Even the Bible says some things you shouldn't tell yourself. You should let other people tell you. Let other people praise you. But you got to learn to trust and be vulnerable enough in certain seasons of your life, Deja Young, to hear what they say and receive it and then walk in it, because you deserve the best of you too. Because when you remember who you are, I got to go, Kenneth Davis. I'm going to keep y'all alone. When you remember who you really are, you'll surround yourself with loving people, because you no longer need, here I come. I'm doing my best to want the car. I'm doing my best. I feel the struggles. Now people pulling back. They can't feel it. You'll start to surround yourself with loving people, because you no longer need weak people to make you feel better about yourself. You no longer need abusive people in your life to feed your deficiency. Hey, Terrence Bell, you no longer need people who are going to abuse you to make themselves feel better. Come on, Brittany, I see you, because you begin to value you differently. My wife, we were preparing for vacation, and she lost a diamond in her princess ring. It's the big ring on her right hand she wears. She wears two wedding rings, left hand and right hand. Both her hands are married. Loose here. And she lost a diamond in it. And she said, honey, take it to your jeweler this time. And watch this. I said, you know what? I'll take it to the jeweler when we return. You don't even need it where we're going, because I'm not holding you in bondage to a ring when I've got you with me. Oh my God. You begin to value yourself differently when you see who you really are. Your value won't be based on your job. It won't be based on the degrees on the wall. It won't be based on what you drive, where you live, how other people feel about you. It will be what you based it on when you realize I'm giving myself the best of me. So no matter what other people think, I'm valuable to me. Come on, y'all. I'm valuable to me, Brittany, to myself. So if others don't see how valuable I am, I'm sorry. If others don't understand what I've been through, Daquan, I'm sorry. If others don't understand that it took me a long time to get here, and now that I'm here, I'm not going to let you move me because of your lack of understanding who I am and where I really am, I'm sorry. What am I sorry about? I'm sorry that I'm not going to take the time to entertain your deficiency at this level of my life. I'm sorry I'm not going to make a U-turn to come back and get you when I was trying to bring you with me, but you didn't value me enough. So you have to begin to now value yourself. I'm going somewhere. Because you crave and you bask in the fellowship of love now. You bask in having people in your life who genuinely, authentically care about you. Now let's just get genuine. Everybody has something. Nobody just cares in the wind. Tony Walker, everyone has something that they like about you. And you have to evaluate your life to know who likes what. And is it a benefit for you? Does it help your ego? Does it build your self-esteem? Does it build your confidence? Does it make your faith go stronger? Does it build you as a person? Does it accommodate you as you're going through life situations? Do they cause, like me oftentimes, conscious interruption to make sure that your day doesn't drown you? Are there a lifeline in the middle of your day? Are there a lifeline in the middle of your week? And here's the question I ask. Do you honestly value them? Because one day you don't want to be sinking. Need a lifeline and realize someone has fixed the diamond in them and their value has increased to them and now you no longer have them in your life, then you have to find out how much you really value yourself. You have to value yourself differently. Like I said before, you bask and you crave in the fellowship of loving other individuals, but as long as you don't have to tolerate abuse or hate in your life. Now, because God sends you challenges does not mean it's abuse. It's in your life for you to grow. Because when you know who you are, you're not afraid to pull back from judging other people, especially when you're only satisfying your own weakness. You're only judging them because you want to see how much better you are than they are. When in reality, it doesn't matter how bad or how good they are. You have to understand who you are. Oh my God. I'm trying to help somebody quickly. I'm trying to get off quick now. I'm close to my minutes. Instead of what you're going through, focusing on it, you have to lift your head up and look beyond where you are. Keep your eyes on the love of the Lord that's purifying your own desires and your own intentions, so you're able to get things in your life happening in your life no matter what's going on around you. I think I gave them to you last week. There are 3 stages of every event and every good work in your life. 3 stages, Kenneth Davis. I'm helping you. Good, man. Here I come. Here I come, Manny. There are 3 stages of every good work in your life. The first stage is it's impossible. That's the first stage. The stage of impossibility. The reality of it is that stage doesn't last long, because if you have a winning anyway mindset, then you'll keep going anyway, impossible or not. Then stage 2, here I come, Raquel, it's difficult. Difficult is not a way out. Difficult is you now re-identifying what you call impossible. And if it was impossible and now it's just difficult, it changes the impossibility to the word I'm possible, even though it's difficult. If you continue the journey of a winning anyway life, you'll go from impossible to I'm possible to it's difficult. Here's how you'll end it. It's done. Let's just declare and decree real quickly. Every frustration in our life, it's been impossible, seem like. But then it was difficult. But today, type the words, it's done. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm declaring that'll be my word. It's done. I see you, Manny Saeed. It's done. I'm declaring it's done, no matter how it looks and how it feels. It's done. Yeah, I see you, Karen Culliver. It's done. Don't be stealing my content, Karen. I see you. Good to see you. I see you, Tisa, call you with a check. It's done. Donna Blunt, it's done. Look, I'm speaking to it while I'm working on it. It's done. Shawanda Parker, I see you. It's done. I see you, Felicia Scott. It's done. Minister Ricks, I see you. It's done. I'm declaring it's a done deal, even though I'm still in the place of trying to figure out how can it be so difficult. You're going to wake up one day and realize what was difficult. I see you, First Lady. It's done. And you can't forget to give God glory for it being done. When does it become done? When you give the best of you to yourself. Because when you come to the knowledge of who you are, not who you came to be, but who you've become. In situations and circumstances, you still have to know who you are, identify who you are. You got it? Because here comes. When you're going through life situations and you come to be better, not just your best yet, but better about who you are, it's because of your honest winning choices. Now, that's going to be an oxymoron right here, because honest winning choices mean I made some dumb choices, but I was honest about it. I made some crazy situational choices, but I was honest about it. Because whenever you tell yourself the truth, it sets you free. That's the time you'll be able to love yourself. And God will allow you to breathe again. Breathe again. Not be choked by the impossibilities of what's difficult, you'll breathe again. So you have to love yourself enough to meditate on some things. Calm down. Take the time out. Let me say it again. Take the time out. What do you mean? You have to, I'm not saying take the time out of a busy schedule. I'm saying, when you're placed in time out, you can do nothing. Take the time out. Take the time to be out for a minute. From your job, from whatever's stressing you, you have to take the time out. When you don't have the ability to take the time out, you're going to make a mistake that you can't recover from, because you'll make it from an unrested place. You'll make it from a place where you're tired and where you're frustrated. You have to love yourself enough to meditate and calm down and know this, that the love of God will replenish your life if you take the time out. Time out is not a bad thing. Time out in school, when a kid messes up and they say, you in time out, it's not so the kid can be punished. See, y'all, we got to re-identify it. The time out is not punishment. The time out is a time of reflection, so I can make the better choice next time. No, you can't go play with the kids now because you were fighting last time. So I'm putting you in time out, not because you're punished, but it is a consequence of your actions, and it is now an opportunity for you to reflect on what you can do better. So the next time we put you in the same atmosphere, you can get the best of yourself out of the same situation. Because when you remember who you are attractive to those who believe what you believe. I'm looking for the people who are on the same journey, going the same way. I'm trying to find the people who are on the same freeway as me. Because in Houston, there are many ways to get to a destination. I'm not willing to take the back streets anymore. I'm not willing to take the side streets. I'm not willing to take the frontage roads. I'm not even willing to take the freeway. I'm always on the express lane now. And every now and then, Dolores, I ask myself, should I be paying this kind of money to keep jumping on this expressway? And I thought about it. It costs to have acceleration in your life. Some things cost. It costs not to be in traffic. It costs not to be held up. I'm looking for people who are willing to invest in themselves. I'm not even referring to coaching, not at all. To invest in themselves enough to skip the traffic. Not wanting to be like everybody else. I'll pay to get out of the traffic. While I'm watching this line of traffic to my right, I'm in the express lane because I wasn't too frugal. I was willing to pay to breathe again. I'm trying to find the people who I'm attracted to because they believe what I believe. Like, when troubles come, there's no negativity, because the reality of it is there is a way. There is a way. If you really desire to know what's inside of you, pay close attention to what you are attracted to. And if you really desire to see what you're giving off, pay close attention to what's attracted to you. I'll say it again. If you really want to know what's inside of you, pay very good attention to what you are attracted to. But if you want to know what you're giving off, what you are exposing, or what you are pulling on, pay close attention to what's attracted to you. You can't keep saying, I'm attracting the same kind of man. It's because you're using the same kind of bait. I'm attracting the same kind of woman. You're using the exact same kind of bait. When you change the bait, you change what you catch. You don't catch shrimp on top of the water. Mud bugs are called mud bugs for a reason. You don't catch them on top of the water. Very, 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 very few you catch on top of the water if they came from the bottom, but they reside in the mud. So if you keep going baiting in the mud, you always end up with mud bugs. Okay, I'll leave that alone. it does not mean that you can't have a good life. But your inner attractions will tell you where the roots of your life are. Sometimes your grandmother won't tell you. Sometimes your mom and your aunties and cousins won't tell you what the family has been through or what's in your life. You got to go to God sometimes. And when God reveals it to you based on you, you don't have to ask anybody. You ask God to deliver you, to make sure it does not get to your seed. That's what's most important, to make sure your seed doesn't suffer what you suffered through, to make sure your seed, you doesn't die with your seed having to struggle with what your family has been plagued with. No. Take the time to get it right with God for you, because you deserve the best of you too. And when you change how you see you and value you, you no longer see rejection as bad, but you'll see rejection as filtering. God will use it. Come on, Rita Holloway, I'm trying to get you there. God will use the filter to keep things away from you that don't blend with you. Sometimes he'll use the filter to keep people away that don't blend or complement your anointing and don't have purpose in your life. So when you realize you deserve the best of you, then begin to give yourself the best of you. You have to value who and how you give your heart away. You have to value it, because when you deserve the best of you, you have to stop giving your heart to people who don't value their own. Because if they can't live a life value in their heart, then how is it they're going to value your heart? You want to be able to give yourself away in such a way that God allows you to look back at your life and say, God, thank you for the gift I've given of me. You got it? That's so you can live a life following your heart. So at the end of the day, you get to say these words: God, what a ride. Whenever it's time to close your eyes, and in your life, you can say, wow, what a winning anyway ride I've had with God. My life has been amazing. I'm at the end of this year, I want to say, God, I've already said it. I'm already in it. God, what a year you've given us. It's been amazing. What I don't want to hear is, what if I had done this? And what if I had done that? No. I want to say, God, what a ride. Thank you. I realize that you had value in me when I didn't even value myself. I realize even in my dumb days, you were planning the best days of my life. Then you realize, wait a minute, I deserve to keep giving myself the best of me, because when I'm giving myself the best of me, I'm actually giving the God in me the best of me. So God gets the best of me because I give myself to him anyway. That's what my worship is, when I give myself away in the best way. So when people meet me, they get the overflow of my God. They get the overflow of God's love. They get the overflow of God's mindset. They get the overflow of God's will when they meet me. You don't just meet me, you meet God in me. So at that point in time, you can realize that you deserve the best of you. Once you realize that, listen very carefully, I'm out of here. Life stops being difficult and it transforms into a beautiful adventure with a loving God that allows you to look at every situation, every struggle, every circumstance, every problem turns into a winning anyway life. You deserve you too. Don't allow anybody to talk you out of it. You deserve the best of you. You've cried enough. You've struggled enough. You've been alone enough. If you don't let somebody in, your aloneness temporarily will become permanent. And then you will have to settle for anybody instead of being grateful for somebody. Give yourself the best of you so you can evaluate the rest of you. I'm Life Pastor Kyle, And I'm just wanting you to have a winning anyway week, a winning anyway day, and ultimately a winning anyway life. Thank you for allowing me to come into your houses, your cars, your rooms, wherever you may be. It's time to give yourself the best of you. Transform your life. It's no longer difficult. It's no longer impossible. It's done when you do it with God. I gotta go. Peace. Have a winning anyway life.